I hate this costume. It's scratchy, tight in all the wrong places, and somehow manages to make me feel both exposed and suffocated at the same time. I tug the zipper down and peel off the top half, standing in my bra and shorts in the cramped little dressing room tucked behind the stage curtains. No one's supposed to come back here during rehearsal. It's barely even a real room, just some flimsy partitions and a mirror propped on a crate. I exhale and let the costume drop to the floor. For a second, it's quiet. Then the door creaks open. I freeze. I'm changing. Too late. He walks in anyway. Liam, the worst person it could have been. Senior, heartthrob, arrogant, smirky, plays the lead in the play and knows he looks good in that too tight Shakespearean doublet. I'm just a side character with 5 lines and a corset I can't breathe in.
Oh, wow.
He says, drawing the word out like honey, eyes dropping immediately to my chest.
Sorry, didn't realize this was a strip show.
I grab the nearest thing I can find, a wrinkled hoodie, and hug it to my body. Get out! He leans against the door instead, not moving.
You know, you're really bad at locking doors.
Because no one's supposed to come back here.
Well, now someone has.
He's enjoying this. I can see it in the way his arms cross over his chest, the way his head tilts like he's studying me, like I'm something he's savoring. I should be furious, mortified, and I am. But I'm also blushing. My heart won't slow down. My skin feels hot, even though I'm barely dressed.
You gonna yell?
He asks, eyebrow raised.
Tell everyone I saw you in your bra. You think Coach Grant would believe me or you?
I start, but I don't even know what I'd say. He pushes off the wall and steps closer. Just one step, but in this tiny room, it's enough to make me take one back and bump right into the mirror behind me. He doesn't touch me, but he doesn't leave either.
You know,
he says, like voice low.
I think you like being seen.
I suck in a breath. I do not.
You didn't cover up until I walked in.
He nods toward the hoodie clutched to my chest.
Kinda slow, weren't you?
I didn't know who it was. He smirks.
Would it have been better if it was me?
My pulse is thundering now. I'm backed up against the mirror, bare skin brushing against the cold glass, and he's so close I can smell his cologne. Clean, warm, and infuriatingly good. His eyes drop again to where the hoodie doesn't quite cover everything. Then his voice drops lower, softer.
You're cute when you're flustered.
My lips part. You're a jerk.
Uh-huh.
His mouth twitches.
And you're still not telling me to leave.
The silence stretches between us, heavy, electric. I should say something. I should push past him and storm out, but I don't. His hand comes up, slow, deliberate, and he tucks a stray piece of hair behind my ear. I shiver. Then someone yells from the hallway. 5-minute break's over! Back to stage! The spell snaps. I yank the hoodie tighter and shove past him, heart racing, cheeks burning. Liam's still leaning in the doorway, watching me with that same smirk.
Can't wait for tomorrow's costume change.
The next rehearsal is already buzzing by the time I get there. Lights flickering, stagehands shouting over each other, and people running through lines with exaggerated drama. But all I can think about is what happened last time. The curtain, his voice, the way he looked at me. And worse, how I felt when he did. I haven't seen him since. No texts, no smug comments at home, not even a hey, nice performance over dinner. Just silence, which is why I flinch when I hear his voice behind me now.
You planning to give the whole cast a show again, or just me this time?
My heart skips. I turn, slow and composed. He's leaning against the dressing room doorway, arms crossed, eyes lit with that same crooked challenge. I thought you weren't talking to me, I say, trying to keep my tone dry. Cool. Detached. He shrugs.
Just waiting for rehearsal to heat up again.
I roll my eyes, but my body's already buzzing. He's doing that thing again, hovering too close, talking low enough that it feels like a secret. He glances down at the costume bag in my hand.
New outfit?
He asks.
Need help zipping anything?
I'm good, thanks. I brush past him, purposefully grazing his shoulder. And if I did need help, I'd ask someone who isn't a complete pain. His grin widens.
A pain you still haven't told to stop.
I don't answer, because he's right, and we both know it. The director claps her hands and sends everyone into positions. The lights dim. Scene 5. The ballroom sequence. And guess who's been roped into being my dance partner for the blocking? Yep, him. He steps onto the stage, straight-faced but smirking underneath, and offers his hand. I hesitate, then take it. His palm is warm, fingers confident.
Try not to fall for me this time,
he whispers. I'll try not to vomit first. I shoot back, but my pulse is doing backflips. We move through the steps, slow and steady. He's a little too good at it. The way he guides me, the way his hand settles just barely on the small of my back, not low enough to get in trouble, but definitely lower than it needs to be.
You're trembling.
He says. No, I'm not.
Sure, must be the air conditioning.
I glare up at him. Do you ever shut up?
Only when I'm watching you change clothes.
I almost miss a step. He doesn't. The director yells, reset. We move back to our starting marks. My cheeks are burning, not from embarrassment, but because now I'm thinking about it. That stupid curtain. The way he looked at me. The tension so thick I could barely breathe. And now we're alone on stage again. Waiting.
You know what your problem is?
He says quietly. Oh, please, enlighten me.
You want to tell me to stop.
He steps in closer.
But you don't.
His voice is barely a whisper now.
You keep pretending you hate it. Hate me. But the second I get close, your lips part. Your chest rises. Your body forgets how to lie.
My breath catches. My brain screams, say something, but my mouth stays shut.
You like games,
He murmurs.
but you're not good at winning.
The lights flicker again. A technical delay. Everyone's distracted. He takes another step. I don't move.
You gonna tell me to back off?
He asks. His hand brushes my hip. Light. Teasing. I should slap it away. Say something. Anything. But I don't, because I'm playing the game too now. So I lean in, barely an inch from his mouth. You think you're bold? I whisper. You have no idea what I'm capable of. He grins, eyes dark.
Is that a challenge?
The stage manager calls, 5-minute break. Everyone scatters, but we don't move. He lifts a brow.
You gonna run off and cool down?
I smirk. I don't overheat from pretend flirting.
Pretend, huh?
And before I can blink, he ducks behind the stage curtain, just like last time. Holding it open, waiting, daring me. I hesitate for half a second, then step in after him. Curtain drops. We're hidden. Too close again. Hearts pounding. That same electric air sparking between us. He leans down.
What now?
I look up at him, letting the silence draw out. Letting it burn. Now, I say, voice barely audible, we see who cracks first. The second the curtain closes behind me, the whole world shrinks. It's just the two of us again. Tucked away from the noise, the lights, the stage, nothing but dim shadows and heat buzzing between us like static. He's right there, watching me, waiting.
You sure you want to play this game?
He asks, voice low, like a secret I'm not supposed to hear. I fold my arms. You're the one who pulled me in here. He steps closer.
You followed.
I shouldn't have, but I did. And now I can feel the warmth radiating off him. He's barely touching me, but somehow it's worse than if he were. My back finds the cool metal of the rig behind me, anchoring me in place. My heart's hammering like it knows something I don't.
Still pretending you hate this?
He murmurs. His hand grazes the edge of my hip. Barely a touch. Almost accidental. I give a breathy scoff. Still pretending it's a joke? He smiles like a wolf that just found something fun to chase.
We can stop pretending.
His fingers trail higher, ghosting the fabric at my waistline. Not inappropriate. Not really, but not safe either. He's watching my eyes, waiting for me to flinch, to run, to say no. But I don't. I just tilt my head, playing the same game. You're not going to do anything, I whisper. You like the thrill, not the risk. He leans in.
Try me.
I don't blink. Do something reckless. A pause. Then his lips brush my ear, not quite a kiss, more like a dare disguised as a breath.
I think about it.
He says.
More than I should.
My knees threaten to give out.
Every time you walk past me in those little rehearsal outfits, every time you act like you're too good for me, like you'd never even think about it.
He pulls back, just enough to see my face. His voice drops even lower.
You're thinking about it now, aren't you?
I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Because he's not wrong. I am thinking about it. About all the moments that led to this. Every smirk, every brush of contact, every breathless second of pretending we don't feel what we feel. His thumb lifts, brushing the side of my jaw. I'm frozen. No one can see us. No one would believe it, even if they did. We're just two step-siblings, hidden behind a curtain, way too close.
You gonna tell me to stop?
He asks again. My voice is barely there. No. And that's all he needs. He doesn't kiss me. He knows better. But his face hovers so close it's maddening. His hand rests on my waist now, steady, like it belongs there. His forehead touches mine. The air between us? Molten. Then, places for Act 2. We both jolt. His hand drops. He steps back like the curtain burned him. I blink, trying to catch my breath, trying to look normal, like I wasn't 2 seconds from losing a game I pretended not to care about. He straightens his costume, smirking.
Guess the drill's not over yet,
He says, backing away. You're such a jerk, I manage, even as my voice shakes. He winks.
and you still followed me behind the curtain. Again.
I swallow the heat crawling up my throat. This doesn't mean anything. He turns, walking away.
Keep telling yourself that.
I stand there for another few seconds, hidden behind the curtain. Rehearsal ends early. Rain's coming down in sheets outside, trapping us all inside the school theater. And everyone's either killing time in the wings or waiting for rides that are taking forever. I should be bored. But the second I see him leaning against the back wall of the costume room, arms crossed, eyes locked on me, I know this night's going to end very differently. I look away too fast, but I can feel him watching, like gravity, like heat. I should go home. I should. Instead, I slip away from the others and disappear into the costume room, pretending I left something behind. But I don't get 2 steps in before the door shuts quietly behind me. He's already there.
You forgot something?
He asks, voice low, unreadable. Yeah, I say, without turning around. Boundaries. He lets out a soft, dangerous laugh.
You want me to leave?
I hesitate. That's all he needs. I hear his footsteps, slow and deliberate, until he's behind me, close enough that I feel the pull without even touching. The room is thick with leftover velvet and dust and tension that's been building for way too long.
You keep coming back.
He says. So do you, I breathe. His hand lifts. Just barely. Just enough to hover near my shoulder.
I keep thinking,
He says quietly.
if I push you too far, you'll finally tell me to stop.
I swallow hard. And if I don't? That silence is dangerous. Because we both know what happens if the line actually gets crossed. He steps closer.
I can't stop thinking about it.
He says.
What it would feel like.
I finally turn around, and it's like all the air gets knocked out of me, because he looks as wrecked as I feel. His jaw's tight, his eyes are hungry, and he's not joking anymore. Neither am I. Then stop thinking, I say. And just like that, we both break. He backs me into a rack of costumes, his hands braced on either side of me, not quite touching, but barely holding back. His forehead drops to mine, our breath mingling.
I'm not supposed to want this.
He whispers. Me either. We're step.
I know.
His hand lifts, brushing a stray lock of hair from my cheek. His touch is soft, reverent, like he's finally letting himself feel everything he's been fighting.
Last chance.
He says. I look him dead in the eyes. Do it. And then, finally, his mouth finds mine. It's not soft. It's not gentle. It's weeks of tension exploding all at once. Hands gripping, breath gasping, heat crashing between us like a wave. It's his fingers in my hair, mine in his shirt, the rack behind us swaying from how hard I'm pulling him in. We don't even care if someone walks in. We should. But all I can think is, finally. He pulls away first, barely. His lips brush my cheek, my jaw, my neck, teasing, testing, waiting for the stop that never comes.
Still pretending you hate this?
He murmurs. Still pretending it's a joke? I shoot back. He grins against my skin.
We're so screwed.
I nod, dazed. Yeah, but I don't care. We slip out of the costume room minutes later, flushed, breathless, trying not to look like we just lost control. No one notices, but when his hand brushes mine in the hallway, he doesn't pull away, and neither do I. That's all for this story. We post these videos every day, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more risque stories like this one.